My name is Emil Kuza, period 4, Mr. CEO's class. Now this is the extra credit option number 2 of Mr. CEO's Great Gatsby, final extra credit project. I will give you an overview of the whole Great Gatsby novel. Now the Great Gatsby was written by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Now this is a novel that takes place in Long Island, New York City. This story takes place during the summer of 1922. The story is narrated in first person by Nick Carraway, a young man who decides to move to New York to learn more about the bond business. Now he stays in a house in the West Egg district of Long Island. Nick's neighbor is a mysterious young man named J. Gatsby. Gatsby is a sketchy but very rich man who throws a lot of parties. While living in New York, Nick would visit his cousin Daisy and her husband Tom. Near the beginning of the story, Nick is introduced by Daisy to her friend Jordan Baker. Nick and Jordan share a very good relationship throughout the story. Drama starts when Nick receives an invitation to Gatsby's party. Upon meeting Gatsby, Nick is pressured to setting up a lunch between him and his lover, Daisy. Daisy and Gatsby then fall in love all over again. Daisy's husband, Tom, has been jealous of Daisy talking to other men, and yet he himself is having an affair with a young woman named Myrtle Wilson. Now Myrtle knows about Tom's marriage and taunts him often. Soon, Tom becomes suspicious and realizes that Gatsby was in love with Daisy. Tom then decides to confront Gatsby, and they get into an argument. Gatsby urges Daisy to tell Tom that she never loved him. That she never loved Tom, but Tom convinces her she actually did. Tom then accuses Gatsby of committing crimes and breaking laws to make his money, and the argument over. Gatsby and Daisy then get into Gatsby's car and head on home. Now in the meantime, Myrtle's husband, Wilson, has Myrtle locked up in a room because he suspects her of having an affair, which she is. As Gatsby's car is driving by Myrtle, she broke out and ran over to the street, getting hit by the Gatsby's car, which is being driven by Daisy. Once they get back to Long Island, Nick found out from Gatsby that Daisy was the one who was driving the car and committed a hit and run. In the end, Gatsby gets all the blame for running over Myrtle. Tom informs Myrtle's husband, George, that Gatsby was driving the car that hit Myrtle. George assumes that the driver of the car was Myrtle's lover. George pays a little visit to Gatsby's mansion and shoots Gatsby, who is on the way to answer Nick's phone call. Then commits suicide immediately afterwards. Nick organizes a small funeral for Gatsby. The only people that attend are a friend the servants, and Gatsby's father. Nick also ends up leaving his relationship with Jordan and moves back to the Midwest. In the end, Nick reflects on Gatsby's dream, and now it was similar to the whole American dream. That is an overview of the whole Gatsby story. The end.